Hey guys, like I told you yesterday, we're going to go over some things about living in the Philippines, the good and the bad. Uh, I know before I moved here, I've been here right at 2 years now. I watched every YouTube video I could find, Facebook videos, TikTok videos about the Philippines. And everybody, with hardly any exception, would tell you how fantastic it is in the Philippines. It's great. Well, let me tell you this. It is. It is fantastic. The people are absolutely wonderful. The best people I've ever met. But there's also cons. And I never saw the cons in these videos that I watched. And I watched videos for a couple of years before I came here. So I'm going to go over a few of the cons, but also there's going to be a lot of pros. So let's start with my biggest thing about the Philippines: the noise. I'm sure that anybody from America or Australia or Europe that has come to the Philippines, that has moved to the Philippines, is just on vacation or whatever the case may be, will probably have the same opinion. And my biggest thing is the karaoke. No, karaoke is a way of life in the Philippines. Always has been, and that's just the way it is. Don't think you're going to change that because you're not. Don't think you're going to come here and say, hey, stop that, and people are going to stop that. They're not. You have to do something proactive for yourself, for your sanity and your well-being. My way around it is noise-canceling headphones, ear pods, you know, things like that. And I'll wear them if I need to, and if I don't, then it's fine. But there's two different situations. Now, here we have two different houses, one in the city and one in the province. And our house in the city, the way they build the houses, they're connected to each other. They'll basically take their front and back wall and hook it to your side wall. So they're not building a side wall, if you understand what I'm saying. And anything that happens in a house next door, you can hear it perfectly. And when the folks do karaoke, it's wide open. There's no low volume, no middle volume. It's full blast, throttle to the wall. That's it, full blast. I don't know why. I don't understand why, but that's just the way it is. And like in the city there, we live on a dead end street. We're at the end. The street's not big enough for cars. People walk up and down it. Of course, scooters, they'll go through a 6-inch opening, so they'll go up and down the street. But it's dead end, and at times we'll have 4 or 5 different people doing different karaoke at the same time, and they don't hear each other; they just hear themselves. But if you're a bystander, and not blasting a stereo in your own house, you can hear it all. So that's why the noise canceling headphones and things like that, because it does work. But like I said, what the biggest thing that I really don't get, and maybe somebody can tell me, why does it have to be full blast? And everywhere you go, it's the same way. We go out walking in the city. We do a lot of walking videos, and I've had to delete numerous videos because you're walking down a road, and every business you go by, every house you go by is just blasting music, and you can't get away from it. and I had to delete the videos because if I take the sound out and put in my own sound, it kind of sucks. So, you know, just have to deal with that. But I certainly like music. I listen to music all the time, you know, but not to where anybody within a 5 mile radius can hear it, you know. Now in the province, it's a whole different story. Where we're at, there's not a lot of people here. There's very few houses, but there is karaoke and loud music. But majority of the time, it's so far away you can barely hear it. Now we do have a lady directly across the street. A funny thing, our house is here. Their house is 15 feet across the street. But up and down the street, either way, there's no more houses. Just two houses built right across from each other. And the front of our house has a big open garage on the bottom side. And what happens is, and she does karaoke occasionally, not very often, but it is full blast. And their house is configured to where it is blowing right into our garage. So it's just a sound tunnel for it. So it just intensifies the music. But I remember when we first moved here, when we bought this house, her and her husband were out there. He can speak English, she can't. And he said, my wife likes to do karaoke, but she cannot sing. I said, well, okay, well, thanks for being honest about it and telling us. And he was right. She can't. And the funny thing is, there's 4 or 5 songs that are repeated over and over and over and over and over and over and over everywhere. Not just here with her, even in the city. When we're at home in the city, you know, the karaoke is the same songs over and over and over and over and over. So I guess they're recorded on some device or something. I don't know. I don't do karaoke, so I don't know. I do know there's people here that rent karaoke machines, and people will set them up right out in the street for a party or whatever the case may be, and blast the whole neighborhood for hours on end. So that is one of the cons in the Philippines. So if you don't like loud music, if you don't like karaoke, you might want to think twice. You can probably find somewhere here to live where you're not going to have that, but I doubt it. Because we've been to a few different islands and been to all kind of different cities, and everywhere we've been, music, loud music. So I take that back. BGC, no, not in BGC. There's no karaoke. There's no jeepneys. There's no trikes. There's nothing like that. No loud music. So there is an exception right there. And you could live there. There's condos there. You know, I don't know how much they are because I'm not interested in condo lifestyle, but there you go. There's one way out of it right there. So anyways, we'll have a different subject tomorrow. So if you have any questions, let me know. If you think I'm full of shit, tell me. I know that. But any comments, let me know. And we'll carry on tomorrow. So take it easy.